Um, okay. I'm thinking this is making sense. All right, so in between my existential crisis I had, over Kaido being a duck, I had to go and search for who really is the strongest creature in all of One Piece. And I know I have a pretty poor track record with this in the past, but I think I got this nailed. Are you guys ready? The true strongest being in the entirety of the One Piece universe, and possibly in all of the universes, if we're just being honest, is the Panda Man! Hiya! So yeah, you guys didn't think you were gonna learn anything informative on April Fool's Day, huh? I will screw around with my audience on this day while also informing you of One Piece lore, okay? Now, and I even was keeping Panda Man on the back burner for this reason. I was gonna make a video about Panda Man like last month or like in February, and I was like, wait, no. I have the perfect day to talk about Panda Man, alright? And it's gonna be on April Fool's Day, okay? So, Panda Man, this is his origin story. This is canon, this is stuff dropped by Oda himself. Panda Man was basically like a lost infant, sort of like, Moses born amongst the reeds or whatever, because he was born in a bamboo thicket, though, and he was adopted and raised by pandas, kind of like, was it Mowgli, or with the raised by the wolves kind of deal. So that's how he became the true being of awesomeness that he is right now. He's also referred to as an evil Superman, alright? So you do not mess with this guy. You could pretty much take, I'm not a comic book guy, certainly not a DC comic book guy, Green Lantern is really all I go to there. But those of you that are fans of Superman, you're probably aware of all the crazy things Superman is capable of all across the different versions of his character, right? So basically what I want you to do is take all of the abilities that Superman has exhibited in all forms of media and basically just throw them into Panda Man, because Oda himself, evil Superman, that's what he is. So there you go. And he's evil, so you also have to add like a ×3 bonus to all of that stuff. Like if Superman is able to lift this much, you gotta multiply that by 3 for Panda Man because, he's evil, so it's stronger, right? That's how it works, right? Okay. So on top of that, with his glorious powers, he actually rose to prominence ruling over a panda island. It sounds like a really lame version of Disneyland, like a theme park. Let's go to Panda Island. But no, this was like some serious Street Fighter Mortal Kombat shit going on this island. And it's an entire island filled with nothing but panda people. And I'm assuming this wasn't confirmed by Oda, but you can infer based on what we know so far. Panda Man is so awesome, he breaches the laws of what is known by nature to be a mammal, because of course pandas are mammals. But you see, Panda Man can also take cues from like various like bacteria and like single-celled organisms, and he can actually like split himself with like cell division to create other panda-based life forms. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's how he populated this island. Now, not everything is great in Panda Land, all right, because no matter what happens, no matter what you do, no matter how godly strong you are that you can just bend the universe at your whim, the IRS is always going to come and want a piece of your assets, alright? So enter Tomato Gang, who is the debt collector and the nemesis of Panda Man, alright? Now, this debt collector was so serious, he even hired Panda Man's nemesis, Unforgivable Mask, so they could team up and they could chase after Panda Man and get all of his back taxes paid, because Panda Man, he lived for like at least 3 million years and he hasn't paid taxes once, so they are going to be on his panda ass, you know that, right? So, also, I love the upfrontness of Unforgivable Mask. It's just like, he's unforgivable, he's never gonna be forgiven, don't even bother, don't even try, because he's never gonna be forgiven, so just title himself like that, so he just lets the world know what he is, right? Fair enough, okay. And so, that began Panda Man's journey. I mean, I know there was a few things that happened before then, but that's not interesting. Being found in a bamboo thicket, evil Superman creating an entire island of panda-based life forms from his sheer cells, that's just the backstory. That's just the prelude to what really began, alright? So the first time we get to see Panda Man in the One Piece story is during the Syrup Village arc, where he's actually part of the Black Cat Pirates under Kuro. Panda Man has this unique skill. He's basically a god, so he's like nigh omnipotent and omniscient. He can be more than one places at once, and also he can be part of random crews, and nobody questions this, and everyone just accepts the fact that he's always been there. So I'm assuming he has the ability to warp the minds of not just the people immediately around him, but the entire world. Okay, And he uses this ability to try to cheap out on his debts, right? Makes sense, okay. So he's part of the Black Cat crew. Luffy defeats Kuro, of course, and he decides, alright, this isn't working, so I'm pretty hungry. So he leaves and he goes to the Baratier at the East Blue to get some food. But then the Straw Hats show up at the Baratier, and they start wrecking the place, and Don Krieg shows up, and he starts gas bombing the whole place, and Panda Man's like, alright, I can't handle this. I gotta get out of here, right? So Panda Man, he eventually ends up in the Grand Line. We see him at Alabasta. We see him at Jaya. We even see him in the Sky Islands, okay? That's the thing. You might think it's like a different person because sometimes he looks a little different. Sometimes he's rocking the heart nipples. Other times he's not. Sometimes he just seems like a guy wearing a panda mask. But you know, that's all just all cosplay, you know what I mean? Like, he wants to change his outfit every now and then. If you were a nigh omnipotent god evil Superman, would you want to go around looking the same all the time? No, I mean, you have to keep the panda head because that's your roots, man. That's where you come from. You have to let people know you are the Panda Man. But when it comes to your just general outfit and aesthetic and what nipple accessories you're going to be wearing, you can change that up, you know, whatever. He's even joined the Marines at times, and that's an interesting story in and of itself. Okay, basically how that went is that the Marines were holding their annual ice cream social at Marineford. You know, it's once a year. They just get all the Marines together. All the admirals are there, the fleet admiral, the vice admirals, and they just have some of the best ice cream in the entire One Piece world. And they just sit around the Ox Plaza, the Ox Bell, and they're just sitting there and just licking the ice cream and just, make new connections, welcome the new recruits to the Marines. It's a nice day, right? Well, Panda Man shows up at the ice cream social one day, and everybody's ice cream just immediately just melts immediately. And Akainu's like, it wasn't me. And then Panda Man shows up, and the sheer radiating body heat off of Panda Man just melts everybody's ice cream. And Panda Man's like, I'd like to join your organization. And he just starts wrecking the entire ice cream social. I mean, there's cream flying in ways that you just didn't think were physically possible, all right? So he knocks out all the vice admirals, including Garp, in less than a millisecond. And then here come the admirals charging at him, all right? So Kizaru first tries to do his light crap, just pew, 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 pew. So what Panda Man does, he doesn't even have to fight Kizaru. He takes out his handy little pocket mirror, just like bam, and then just Kizaru just gets shot right into space, and he's not coming back anytime soon. Then Aokiji jumps in with his ice powers, tries to freeze Panda Man solid, and he thinks he does it at first. He freezes all of Marineford, and Panda Man's in the ice, but then Panda Man just says no. And then Aokiji ends up getting frozen for the rest of eternity, and Aokiji is still sealed in a block of ice about 2 miles under the ocean's surface, okay? And so then Akainu comes out, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna have any of this. Everybody get out of my way. He jumps up into the air with his magma powers. He's like, Red Dog, boom! And then that's when Panda Man takes out a cute little kitten and just throws that kitten right at the magma dog of death. And it connects and just boosts, warps reality, and just a world-destroying supernova. Just everything gets distorted, and then Akainu gets turned into a pineapple, but the kitten was okay. It has the head of an apple now, but the kitten apple was okay. And so Panda Man picks up the apple kitten and strokes it and lets it go about his business, and that's how Panda Man joined the Marines, right? Now, of course, at the end of after he got bored with the Marines, because they basically just had him on duty, carrying boxes around, and he's like, this is not what I expected it to be. So he just snaps his mighty Panda Man hands, and that reverts reality back to the boring way that we know about it right now. Now, he was also present at Marineford, because of course he's not going to give up a brawl of that level and scale. However, he held himself back. He's mostly just in the background at Marineford because he knows that he could end that war. He could end all wars in just the time it takes fruit stripe gum to lose its flavor, so not very long. But, he's looking at Whitebeard and he's looking at the Marines and everything, and then Luffy shows up and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna let them have their day. It's not fun if I can just warp reality at a whim and I always win, so let's see how this plays out. So he's off to the side, and of course he didn't get hurt in any way, but, he was present, right? So, after that, he jumped into the New World, and, where he's at right now, well, he actually decided to take up a dual position, working for the Heart Pirate crew, as well as working for the Big Mom crew. However, I don't think, he's gonna be part of the Big Mom crew anymore, because after the whole fallout with the German Double Six, he's right here in this giant pile of bodies that the Germa's laid out. Do you see him? He's right here. Yeah, he's right there. So, yeah, he decided, you know what? I don't think I get paid enough for this. This was fun. I thought it would be cool to be working on a Yonko's crew for a little while, but, you know, it's just crap, and I'm getting tired of the whole food-themed islands. I'm out of here. So I think he's just part of Law's crew right now, and he's present in Wano, which is a good thing, because they're gonna need his help. Because while Kaido might not be the strongest being in One Piece, and he is a duck, as we're aware right now, they're still gonna need Panda Man's omniscience to have any hope of defeating him. You know, up until now, a lot of people were curious, like, how is Kaido going to lose, you know, considering he's so invincible? Well, Panda Man's there. I mean, he's right there on Law's crew, so you got it. Don't worry about it, right? Okay. So, I love Panda Man. Panda Man's awesome. Panda Man was a character that Oda Sensei created for like a One Piece, not a One Piece, a Shonen Jump contest, like a design your own character contest. So he's basically Oda's OC. And Oda's OC, as you can imagine, contains reality powers beyond our imagining, alright? So Panda Man appears so much in One Piece. Like, I cannot even show you all those panels I showed you, those are legit screenshots from the anime, and there are so many more of them, guys. He is in practically every single arc. You can see him all the time in the manga, whether it be his name. His name was actually featured on the poneglyph that was underneath Alabasta in the tomb, so that means he probably has a connection to the Void Century. Hell, Panda Man is probably the Void Century. He is the Void Century made manifest in his panda-y ears. You know, all the secrets of the Void Century are right here in his right ear. But anyway, yeah, he's there. Sometimes you see characters wearing Panda Man shirts. You see, like, Cyber Panda brands. So the Panda Man is certainly a reference that Oda likes to feature. Pretty much at least in every arc, you're gonna see Panda Man at least once pop up in the background, right? There's also Panda Woman. Because remember, during Amazon Lily, it was only women that lived on the islands, so you can't have Panda Man there, right? It just wouldn't make any sense. So that's where Panda Woman lives. And Panda Woman, I'm hearing that Panda Man has, like, an unrequited love for her. She does have decent boobs, I'll give you that much. I mean, hey, whatever. But when it comes to, I don't think the love is reciprocated, you know, from her, you know. So Panda Man, I'm sorry, buddy, you're gonna have to deal with that at some point. But hey, you know, it's true love will find a way, I guess, right? And also that scene with, because this actually confused me when you see Panda Man on Law's crew, and it's just like, whoa, what? That seems like going a little bit too far. That seems like he really is beginning to push the laws of reality. In fact, I would not be surprised in the slightest if Oda would do this. If near the end of One Piece, let's say they're on Raft Hill and they're searching for the treasure, and they open up a giant door, I would not be surprised in the slightest if Panda Man was there. Like, not as a cameo, not just off to the side. No, Panda Man was an actual character in One Piece, and he was sitting there on a table sipping some tea, and they open up the treasure vault, and the Straw Hats are like, what the hell? And Panda Man is like the representation of Oda inside of his own manga, and Panda Man gets up and he's like, it's been so long, I've waited for this moment for 20-something years. I've been in this room waiting for you guys to show up. It's all yours, have at it. Like, that's Oda's way of being, like, telling his own characters, like, we did it, guys, we made it! I'm not kidding. Like, maybe not exactly in that way, but I wouldn't be surprised if Oda just made the Panda Man a speaking role that interacts directly with the Straw Hats. And this has happened, I think, a few times in the filler episodes when they go back to, like, feudal Japan or whatever. There's, like, a few times where Panda Man is, like, has speaking roles there. But in terms of the manga, he's just in the background. Now, the Law Pirate Crew thing, that's something that was also only added in the anime. So, in the manga, when we get, like, a scene of all of Law's heart pirates together, he says there's 20 crew members, but we only see, I think, like 15 or 16 in the manga. So in the anime, when they were introducing Law's crew, they added in like 4 random people just with the heart pirate jumpsuits on just to fill out the gap, and Panda Man was one of them. So I'm assuming they probably consulted Oda on that. Like, can we just make Panda Man one of the extra guys? And Oda's Oda, so he's of course like, yeah, sure, go for it, why not? But hey, who knows? They might do it at some point. I don't know. We don't know where the rest of Law's crew is at right now. Panda Man might help out Law, rescue Beppo and Sachi and Penguin from the duck of Kaido. You know, who knows? The deadly duck grip of Kaido. He will sell you insurance for evil. But yeah, Panda Man. Now, there are a lot of other gag kind of Easter eggy characters in One Piece. There's Attach, there's these two creatures that are like aliens, and then there's Sam, who is this drunk guy that just wanders around town and just kind of finds himself in weird situations like, oh, I was drinking too much last night and I somehow ended up at Marineford. Like, all right, whatever, guys. You know, and Akainu's shooting lava everywhere and he's dodging everything. And the next thing he knows, he passes out and he wakes up and he's on Dressrosa running from the birdcage. And that's basically Sam. He just ends up in random places because, yeah, you know, you're drunk. You don't know where you're going, right? At least he doesn't drive when he's drunk. That's the important message you got to take away from this, kids. So yeah, Oda of course has a sense of humor. He's got a lot of Easter egg and kind of hidden characters throughout One Piece. So go and look around for them. Panda Man is the most prominent one. You could pretty much go through any volume of One Piece. In fact, in Japan, I think the tankobons are a little different in English because they have like a dust jacket in Japan, and under the dust jacket there's usually a gag title of a cover page, and Panda Man is usually prominent. Like, here's one that features him as Doflamingo, you know, so that's the kind of thing that exists. So you could go through pretty much any chapter, and if you look way in the background, sometimes he's really, really hard to spot, but you can pretty much find him every volume. He's in there. So yeah, Panda Man's pretty cool, and I'm waiting for the day where he confronts the Straw Hats as their ultimate final test. I saw a question in one of my live streams I did a few days ago, and the question was, you know, like, who is the final boss of One Piece going to be? Like, the Straw Hats have to fight against. Is it going to be Blackbeard? Is it going to be Akainu? Is it going to be Shanks? But no, I'm pretty confident in saying Panda Man now. So yeah. Yep. And look, I know it's April Fool's Day, but still, guys, some things just can't be joked around about. Hashtag not a furry. I mean, come on now, right? Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. This will be Tekking101 signing out. Oh no. Oh no, did I forget to carry the one? I don't think Kaido's a duck now, guys. Alright. Back to square one, I guess.